Hero, what's been going on with you?
Howdy. So I'm still on my staycation from work.
Woo!
Nice.
Yeah.
Last week?
Yes.
Going by too fast?
This week, yeah. This week is going by fast.
That's the fucking worst. You had a great pacing last week.
Yep.
And then now it's like, oh god.
Yeah, now it's
hourglass broke.
Time speeding up. But let's see. How have I been spending my time? Been playing Iconfell.
I'm glad you finally...
It's good. I'm probably about 4 or 5 hours into it.
It's really good.
It's really nice.
I think you're about to surpass me already, because that's about how far I got into it also. It's really good, though. I just have fucking, too many games.
Yeah. I mean, the music's good. Graphics are charming. I have to say, overall, the sound design's really good, because when you meet those ghosts in the beginning, and they're, wailing, that actually sounds very, ugh. Yeah. Combat is fun. It reminds me of a fun mix of Fire Emblem and Mega Man Battle Network.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty neat.
Is it a better Battle Network game than One Step from Eden?
One Step from Eden's good. It's the whole roguelike thing.
Yeah, I know. That's the part about it.
Yeah.
They should have. That was a bad call to add that.
I think. Because the thing is you don't really have any choice in what your deck is. It's just completely randomized each run. So, yeah, that kind of draws me away. Yeah.
Which is a shame, because I agree with you. It shows a lot of potential. They just needed to
everything else about One Step from Eden I love. I love the art design. I love the way the character sprites look. Combat, it plays like Mega Man Battle Network.
Yep, we could always use more of that.
Yeah. But yeah, going back to Iconfell, good shit. That's fun. Let's see, aside from that, I've been reading a book that I got as a Christmas gift. It's called The Psychology of Final Fantasy.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Those are fun.
Yeah. So it's a bunch of little essays in there. I think I have about 2 more left, and I'm done with
How much
book.
of it do they cover series-wise? Or is it in general?
Everything.
Yeah, it's kind of in general.
Okay.
So they'll kind of talk about, regular plot themes from the first game, or there's actually a whole essay about essentially parasocial relationships in regards to theology. So that whole chapter is pretty much about Final Fantasy X, which really just made me want to replay Final Fantasy X. That's a big game.
I actually, funny enough, I obviously didn't read that book, but I actually just recently re-downloaded it onto my Switch, and that's actually one of the things I plan on doing. So it's been a long time.
Yeah.
For me, especially.
And it's got a great set of characters, except for Kimari and Waka.
I hate Waka.
I love Kamari's design. So boring. I just hate Waka all around.
Yeah, he sucks.
The more I think about Waka, I just, if I were to compare him to someone in our modern political climate, I was like, he's the fucking racist red-pilled uncle.
Yeah.
That's Waka. Those dirty Al Bed. Alex
and
Jones told me about them.
and
The goddamn Al Bed.
And so I've always found it really weird whenever certain things like Detroit Become Human or in Final Fantasy X, where they try to have this underlying thing where as long as you don't say black, but you're obviously inferring it becomes okay. And I'm just kind of that's a little weird that they, especially in Detroit Become Human, I remember when Super Best Friends played it, and there's that scene where the main android revolutionary dude, before he becomes a revolutionary, just gets into the back of the bus, and it's just okay, dude, come fucking on, dude. Really? And the way that the sad music playing, and all the androids on the back of the bus, and I'm just well, that's the thing, is David Cage says not political, so.
Okay,
yeah,
sure.
Absolutely not.
And no Assassin's Creed has ever been
even
political.
though there's clearly references to civil rights movements, not political. Okay.
Exactly, not political. There's a straight up at the end, one of the symbols you can choose is a big black fist.
Ah, jeez.
So
is it really?
Yep.
Not political.
Not political though.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But anyway, so yeah, that's been an interesting book.
That's good though, as long as you've been enjoying it.
Yeah. I should be done by the end of the week if I keep up with this. Let's see. Practicing more guitar.
That sounds good.
More pedals.
Have you been playing with combinations? This on, that off?
Yes. Yeah, actually earlier I was messing around with both the phaser and the chorus on. Playing around with some triad chords. Yeah.
I mean, that's really a lot of our favorite guitarists. That's what makes them stand out so much. I showed you Jeff Waters' board.
Mm-hmm.
He has 3 on at the same time at certain settings, and then he'll have, he'll turn this one off, then I'll have 6, 7, and 8 on, and so it's just really cool. And that's how they do it, is that you really aren't going to get that really memorable sound if you don't start fucking around with a lot of
Definitely.
settings and effects, which just sucks. I mean, I would love for just basic guitar with the same distortion, same thing to sound good every time. But you're only really going to make it, I mean, even though Hammett is not the great guitarist that I think a lot of people think he is, in my opinion, he made that wah soloing very iconic. Like, every time you hear Metallica solo come on and he's just jamming on the wah pedal while soloing.
That fucking video I showed you when he pulls out the Kirk Hammett wah.
Yeah, that's fucking funny. Yeah, I just love the fact that he actually had that.
Yeah.
What a random assortment of fucking pedals that they used for that video.
He actually, like, there's videos where you see his pedal collection in the background. He's got, like, a fuck ton of them. But yeah, going back to that, like, I've experimented with the distortion pedals with the chorus, which sounds fucking amazing.
Cool.
Chorus is dope.
Yeah, but when I try to do the chorus and the phaser with the distortion, I haven't really found anything where it sounds kind of nice.
A little too much going on.
You'll get there.
Yeah, but right now...
that's the thing. You just gotta
you just gotta fuck around a lot. Like, I love rotary reverb.
Nice.
Little flange is always nice, too. Yeah, exactly.
Flange is great.
Dude, I love having that, like, sound when I'm not playing anything, just a...
Yeah.
in the background. Yeah.
It is really, and that's the thing too, is even just between the three of us, we all play so differently. It really depends on what you're trying to do, because a lot of the stuff I'll play is usually like really muddy, dirty sounding stuff.
Yeah.
So usually chorus will sound good, but flanger and wah will sound fucking awful with what I'm trying to play. So it's kind of like you just got to get your own what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
I miss having a guitar. That's something I've been playing recently.
Yeah. I think the next one I hope to get is...
It's not even him, but...
It's going to be another one from Walrus, but it's going to be a reverb.
I'm happy you found that brand, by the way.
Oh, so am
the
I.
pedals look cool.
Yeah,
I really like the art on
I
them.
love the art on them. Really sticks out. And then
in a way, and this is not derogatory, but they kind of make me think of when Capri Sun was doing those like artsy, or Brisk Tea also.
Yeah.
They tried to do those like
the graffiti
featured
style,
artists.
I miss those cans of Brisk Tea.
Yeah, for sure.
I miss those.
But that's what it makes me think of. It's a very cool indie art on a pretty good sounding pedal, honestly. I was very surprised when you showed me that, because it's not the most expensive pedal out there. And it's no Boss or anything like that, which costs a shitload.
Yeah, Bosses are good.
And exactly, it's just an over...
Yeah, like I think only
it's
the
the
distortions
Alienware
are
of
cheap.
pedals.
Yeah, everything else gets way up.
Yeah.
You been to Robot Monster?
No.
We'll have to take a trip one of these days, all three of us.
Yeah,
I just got a pedal from there.
Music shop.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's super dope. I traded...
Local or...
Yeah.
Local.
Okay.
It's off the
Vince told me
strip.
about it, but I've never been.
I traded my Starcaster for a pedal and some store credit.
That's cool. That's cool that you can trade.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about indie shops. If you go to like fucking Guitar World or Guitar Center, they'll just be like, give you $50 for it. And there's no haggling. They're just like, that guitar, I plugged in the brand, the style, and the condition, $50.
That's why they're going out of business.
Aha, classic.
But... Well, that'd be interesting to know, because I eventually hope to upgrade my amp, so maybe I could sell
we can
that.
go try it out.
Yeah.
I hope they have a drum setup too, because then I can play. Fuck.
I don't think they have any.
Not too many places, dude. That's why I do like going to Guitar Centers. They just have that fucking drum section.
Guitar Center will have a drum.
No, now you have to like be let in now.
Well, yeah, because too many dog shit people go in there. I'll just be like, hey, look, I can play. And I'll show you,
let's just sanitize the drum kit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's that too. But yeah.
So I've been doing that. Pedals, lots of fun. Again, really glad I found out about Walrus Audio.
How did you, by the way? Just Googling or?
I was browsing through Sweetwater.
Going through a fucking rabbit hole eventually.
Yeah, well, because the chorus pedal that I originally wanted to get was the one that, I think I showed you a long while ago. It was the one that Paul Gilbert uses, the one from Cattle and Bread.
Right, yeah.
So I really wanted
that.
Isn't
that one expensive, right?
Yeah, I think it's almost like $300.
Yeah, very pricey.
And then it was almost always sold out. So I was just looking at other chorus pedals, and then I know my second option was just getting one from Boss, because I already owned like 2 pedals from them anyways. But then I saw the Julia, the one from Walrus Audio, because the art just sticks
art
out.
really pops out.
Yeah,
really
when you first sent it to me,
I'm looking at them right now.
When you first sent me the pictures.
Oh, that is the one. Yeah, the Juliana.
So the Juliana is another pedal they made. It's kind of like an upgrade. So it's got more stuff you could do. It even has more inputs on the sides. So I didn't get that one. It's the Julia V2. So it's their second one. And yeah, I just
that's so cool.
I just started watching like tech demo videos and just really started falling in love with like the sounds of their shit. So yeah, if I end up doing a pedal board, be shocked if it's like almost all
Oh, yeah.
walrus.
I mean, once you find a brand you like,
It's always one or the other. You either have a lot of boards where it's like one of like 8 different brands, or it's all the same brand almost.
Yeah.
Usually, it's always one or the other.
Well, like when I saw a video on Paul Gilbert's, like almost everything was JHS. Though I know he has a signature pedal from them.
Must
too.
be nice to have that kind of money.
Yeah.
That is expensive to imitate his board.
Yeah.
If you were going to try to emulate it 1-to-1.
Who's Paul Gilbert?
Is Racer X.
Racer X, Mr. Big. Yeah. So yeah, guitar, fun. More movies. I've been watching more movies. Finally watched Demolition Man.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yes.
Wesley Snipes is so great in that
He's
film.
fucking awesome.
Dude, yes, everyone in them, even fucking
Yeah.
Dennis Leary's like low-key characters. Dude, Rob Schneider is good in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rob
that's
Schneider.
one of the only times I actually like Rob Schneider in a movie. He was fucking hilarious.
Everyone in that is
Benjamin
does a really
Bratt's
good job.
character too.
Oh yeah, he's the stand-up cop.
Kind of,
I
yeah.
love Sandra Bullock in that movie.
Oh, I
Oh,
absolutely
yeah.
love Sandra Bullock.
Oh, yeah.
She was adorable in that one.
She's good.
But yeah, that was a good one.
Man, Simon Phoenix is one of the best like fictional villains, man. He's great.
Yeah,
Simon says die.
that was fun. Let's see, what the fuck else did I watch? I watched a few earlier today, actually. I don't remember what year it fucking came out, but it's the Hammer films, The Mummy. So Christopher Lee as a really tall ass mummy, and Peter Cushing, who I don't know the I don't know the like when that movie was filmed in comparison to the Dracula ones, because I have watched a few of the Hammer Dracula films where Peter Cushing is Van Helsing, but he seems way more youthful in this one. So that was actually kind of interesting seeing Peter Cushing like that. But it was a good movie, definitely enjoyable.
Watching this Monster Madness, even though I'm not super into horror, I have been wanting to check out like some Hammer films because they seem pretty cool. Like they seem like old enough where it's not gonna probably scare me too much.
Yeah,
because it's not like this like crazy looking CGI or like crazy looking modern effects. Where it's like I could probably like distance myself enough like this isn't real, and actually watch it. But yeah, I've been wanting to check it out because his reviews have been really good on him because he doesn't spoil him is what I like, or he warns you if he does. But
yeah, I mean I liked it. It definitely takes some elements from the Universal ones as well, which is pretty nice. The Mummy is not Imhotep like in the original one. It's Karis, who's the same mummy from the second one onward. But yeah, it's really good. And then just seeing the Mummy is fun because he just fucking chokes you all to death.
Do you have them on that like streaming account, or do you actually have those DVDs?
Yeah, I actually like own them. So
cool.
The Universal, I own a Blu-ray set. So it has the main Mummy films from Universal as well as Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy.
Oh, that's
classic.
awesome.
Yeah. Oh, the humor holds up so well.
Yeah, good stuff.
Then I've got the Brendan Fraser films.
Fuck yeah.
All on Blu-ray.
Yeah, dude, fuck it. No shame.
So is the Mummy your go-to for the classics?
It's getting there.
Alright.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck it, it's good stuff.
Yeah,
I fuck with
Mummy's
the
pretty
creature.
fun. I mean, I just really like the Mummy. I don't own the Tom Cruise one. I might just for the...
We don't...
Do it for the collection.
Yeah.
I own everything past Die
Get the
Hard 3 for the
Steelbook
collection. So.
Oh, Lord. Yeah. Yeah, like, my justification is, like, I'm doing this for, what's her name? Sophia Boutella
There you
or
go.
whatever. Like, I'm doing it for her.
Whatever
Gazelle?
incentive works.
Yeah.
Gazelle from Kingsman, right?
Yeah.
That's her?
Yeah. She was also in Hotel Artemis.
Never seen
She
it.
was
Never saw
badass
that.
in Hotel
It was
Artemis.
good? Is the movie good?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
It's pretty good.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
check it out.
I would definitely recommend
At least
anybody to
watching
watch it.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it's a very underrated film. It was one of those movies that kind of came out in like first or second quarter of the year where most films release to die.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is
Yeah.
I remember them actually having a lot of commercials and then all of a sudden no one talked about it. So
For me, it was actually pure chance that I saw it because I had Movie Pass at the time. And I think it was right when they started implementing some restrictions. Because at first it used to be any fucking movie so long as it wasn't like 3D or whatever.
Right, yeah, that used to
So-
be the one restriction.
Yeah,
and now
like
it's
any
gotten
standard
very-
film, one showing a day. But then they said, okay, well now we're going to have it where we have like select films.
Yeah, because now they don't want you seeing day one films
Yeah.
for free.
Yeah,
Fuckers.
so
But
I
Wonder
just...
Woman 88 's so good.
88?
84.
It doesn't. They're probably both terrible.
Well, I mean, one exists.
Yeah.
So 88 could have been good. But anyways.
But yeah, there was just one day that I wanted to go out and see a movie, and that was one of the films that was free for that day. So
you didn't really have any. You went in there with no real super expectations.
Yeah, like I really knew very little about it.
I wish I could see more films like that.
I did that with Sorry to Bother You.
That's a good one.
It's so, dude, that was...
It's such a great movie.
I deposited Close at Plato's at like 2 in the afternoon. They're like, it'll be done by 6. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do for 4 hours? So I went to North Star. This was a while back. And that was the only thing that was on. And I was like, fuck it. But it was really good. It's such a good movie, yeah.
So, damn, I need to check it out then.
Yeah.
I'm not a bad person. I'm just trying to make a profit.
Cash is king. That's what it is.
Oh, God, whoa, I was going to say wrong guy.
Yeah, cash is king.
Yeah, if anybody hasn't seen Sorry to Bother You, that's...
Yeah, I need to check it out then.
Especially now.
Yeah. David Cross is the voice, as his white voice.
That's who that is.
Yeah, that was David Cross.
That's awesome.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's great.
Because like, it starts off, like, he works in a call center, and he just hates it, and so one person...
Danny Glover.
Yeah,
Danny Glover is the one who teaches him.
Yeah, Danny Glover tells him, like, no, you gotta turn on your white voice.
That's fucking great.
Yeah. The part with, like, they go to that other area, like him and the dude with the eye patch.
Oh, with the bowler and everything.
Yeah, they're just talking to each other with their white voices.
Dude, seriously, check it out. Watch it tonight. It's on. I think it's on Hulu. It should still be.
I mean, I don't know. I watched it.
Who knows anymore with those stupid, shitty streaming services removing shit all the time?
Yeah.
I
completely lost train of thought.
Hammer Films and
Hotel Artemis.
Yeah, we're talking about Hotel Artemis. Yeah, then
walking into a movie. Movie Pass is what the last subject was.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. Oh, and then for the Hammer Films, I just recently got that. It came in today in the mail. But it's just the DVD because they have not converted, at least the Mummy ones, they haven't converted all of them to Blu-ray yet. I think there's 4 total, which is like the Mummy, Curse of the Mummy's Tomb, then the Mummy's Shroud, and then Blood of the Mummy, whatever. But apparently that one doesn't really even involve mummies, and it's loosely based off like a short story from Bram Stoker.
That's always weird.
That's
but whatever.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's like how Butterfly Effect 2 had nothing
but
to do
they just
with the first
threw
one.
mummy
Or
in the
S.
title.
Darko.
Yeah, or S. Darko.
Or American Psycho 2.
A lot of sequels that don't have anything to do
Yeah,
with
you
the
know,
original.
I haven't seen anything past American Psycho, and I don't think I ever want to.
No.
There's no such thing as past American Psycho.
Yeah, I don't.
But yeah, Mummy films. Then, yeah, I just recently got done watching The Matrix. Classic film. Definitely hits differently now. Yeah, I think that about roughly sums up my shit.
Johnny boy.
A lot of work. Played N64 the other day for the first time. Yeah,
nice.
Played with a friend of mine, and she's never played MK3 or Smash, and wiped the floor with me on MK3. But I've been playing Smash since '97.
Was that like the MK trilogy?
No, I think it was just MK3 because that's the one with Striker.
Yeah, because it's on 64, not emulated. So I think it is just 3.
Yeah, that's the one with Striker, the cop.
See, I remember they had MK4, then they had Trilogy. Which...
You're the one who played it, but
pretty sure it was MK3. Yeah,
just MK3.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was gonna say I don't know. I haven't played that shit in ages. The only Mortal Kombat thing I own is fucking. Oh, I mean not the only thing I own, but when it comes to the original games, I have Trilogy on PC, but I haven't played like.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it was MK3. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, regardless. But what's up? So, what about Smash? Not so she didn't do so good there against you.
Sure. She's like, I don't want to play.
Who did you play in Smash then?
What? Oh, what characters?
Mm-hmm.
Link always. And then I got good with Samus last time I had a Nintendo console.
Mm-hmm.
And then who did I use after that? I used Kirby just for the walls. And then we did some Mario Kart, and then that was
Mario Kart's always a classic.
Yeah, dude, fucking hell!
I love Mario Kart.
We were playing the Final Cup, and we were playing on 50 cc's, and like if you don't get like third, one of you have to start over.
Yep,
such bullshit.
So when I just like try googling it, I just see results for like MK4, Mythologies, and Trilogy.
So it's definitely not Mythology.
It could probably be Trilogy, because I remember it looks very similar to 3.
Let me see the case, the cover of the actual cartridge.
Yeah, hold on. Let me look.
Sure.
We'll move on while Shira looks that up.
What else did I do? Movies too. I've been doing like actors, so I did a Gary Oldman day the other day. So I watched.
I was gonna say Gary Busey.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
All the teeth. No, I did. So I watched Leon, Harry Potter 3 and 4. I don't remember if that's what that looks like, because I remember it's like because it was like it was kind of really faded, like weather faded. And I thought that the text was on the left side and the image was on the right, but I could be wrong. If that's the only one for 64, then that's the one we played.
Okay. Yes, that's a cool thing though to do it by actor, not just by series. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so we did The Professional, Harry Potter 3 and 4, and Lulu Dallas Multipass. What's the movie?
Fifth Element.
Fifth Element. Thank you. Yes.
Which is going to be reality soon with what's his name? Fucking Elon Musk being the richest man on Earth.
Well, let's see how long Bezos lets that last.
Yeah, I definitely know there's some times where I just feel like watching an actor. Well, like, yeah, I had that stint like a week or so ago where I was watching Schwarzenegger films and I missed out on.
The pinnacle 80s action star.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't care what anyone else
that's
says.
Stallone.
Yeah, so like I was watching Running Man and True Lies.
So good.
Good movies.
I'm glad you saw True Lies too, because that's a really good one also.
Yeah, like I remember my mother used to watch it a lot, and I would see certain bits but I never watched the entire film.
Had a proper...
Yeah.
Is that the Jamie Lee Curtis one?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I finally watched it, I was just like, yeah, I get why a lot of people like this movie. Like, I think in rental reviews, they even said, like, that was the peak of Schwarzenegger's career. Like, after that, everything just...
With everything coming up to it, amazing, and yep, and then not that it became super shitty, it just stopped being just action Arnold. Then he started becoming comedy Arnold.
Well, actually, they also brought up not just Schwarzenegger's career, but even action films in general seemed to kind of...
The whole genre.
Yeah.
Tanked.
Till about the late 90s, yeah, because then you have like Independence Day.
Which is a bad...
Well, Demolition Man is
I love
93.
Independence Day.
I love it too.
So do I.
I do. It's
every
just a
year,
shitty movie.
Every year I watch that
it's
shit.
Just, I can admit that.
I always get
I like trash, so...
It does suck that the sequel was really bad.
Fuck the sequel.
Yeah, agree. I always get super like patriotic around President Whitmore's speech. I love that thing, man. That's the pinnacle of Bill Pullman's career.
Not Spaceballs.
Nope.
Not Casper.
See, no, I like Casper. I don't like Spaceballs.
Really?
Yeah, I've tried. So many people have tried to get me to watch it, and like I've tried, and I just.
Do you like Monty Python films?
Not really.
Okay, so you just don't like that style of humor, then?
No, I love Mel Brooks. I love History of the World Part 1, and I love fucking Blazing Saddles. But
Blazing
Saddles
is my favorite.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Did you know the new sheriff is a...
That's so good.
I know.
It's just crazy how well that movie's aged.
What about Young Frankenstein?
Oh, yes. Okay,
yeah.
yes.
Fucking love Young
fuck that shit. Here comes Mongo.
But I've tried. And I love Rick Moranis. I love John Candy. I love Bill Pullman. Like I love all those people in it, but I just can't fuck with Spaceballs.
Fair enough. You don't have, it's not like you have to, but it's interesting to know because I would have thought you would.
Right? Yeah. Everyone assumes like, oh yeah, you like Star Wars, right? I'm like, somewhat. I did.
I did. Yeah, it's definitely for me. I did. Past tense, hella.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I don't blame anybody for that.
Yeah, well, that one.
It sucks. I used to fucking love Star Wars. Well, we already talked about that before the podcast. Let's not get fucking
Remember the lightsaber battles we had? Fucking.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, that's fucking. We were fucking nerds. But anyways.
But anyway,
movies.
Just a lot of work.
Okay.
I'm a vegetarian now.
There you go.
I throw that out.
As long as you stick to it.
And that's all I'm going to say about it. I'm not going to fucking be like,
because
I'm like 9 months in.
Yeah, because I know too many people that have done vegetarian for like 6 weeks and then fucking all of a sudden it's like what happened? They're eating fucking burgers every day again. It's just like, okay.
I mean, my Impossible Whoppers. I love that shit.
Impossible Whoppers are fucking good.
They're actually really good. Okay, I love those, and the Impossible, whatever the fuck Starbucks has, is really good, but hella overpriced. Starbucks has an Impossible sandwich now.
Yeah, they do too.
It's the chorizo sandwich,
because they actually do sell food.
Yeah, they do.
I forget about that.
Hella overpriced, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's an overpriced deli.
Well, yeah, almost everything.
Yeah, I kind of don't want to go back to Starbucks after the last time I went. I got like 3 items and it was like $25.
It's expensive.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's really expensive.
2 drinks and a sandwich.
Yeah, my usual coffee order is $6 by itself. Just for a cup of coffee.
Yeah, the thing I used to make for myself was just called
really
a Sunday morning coming down.
Yeah, Dunkin's good.
I can't too much sugar. I'm like, I've cut out a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
It's weird. But anyway, that's kind of about it. Mallory is not here.
Yeah, we don't know what's happening with Mallory. I don't think she's going to listen to this anyways, but I don't know what happened. She was supposed to be gone on a trip and then didn't. so fucking who knows. But she's in quarantine now because we just don't trust her. No, I'm joking. But she's in quarantine just to be safe.
Yeah, every time you go out amongst the humans,
not pieces of shit.
You gotta.
Not that she is, but I mean, it's people pieces of shit.
Yeah, actually, like my mother was telling me how some, cause she worked at the grocery store HEB, and some kid that worked there like left to Louisiana for the holidays to be with his family.
Jackass.
And then guess what? Got COVID.
Yep.
What a shocker!
Yep. Too many people. Yeah. Too many people. I thankfully am not close to, but no, that has been the case. They go do a trip, maybe go to Vegas like a dumb fuck, and then all of a sudden they come back with COVID. So
yeah,
just saying.
Anyways, how about your week?
My week. Actually, new Joy-Cons for the Switch, which is always cool. So I've just been using my full size Switch again, which is, I forget the screen size difference between the two.
I too bought new Joy-Cons.
Woo!
Not fancy, they're like the same color except they flipped.
Oh, okay, so now the blue and the red are on the opposite sides.
Yeah.
Change it up a bit.
That's taking
or now you could have two blues or two reds, right?
Well, really sadly, the blue left one,
is the one that's fucked up.
The one that's fucked up.
Oh, god damn it.
You know what's
that one always looked really cool.
I was just about to make a joke about which one has stick drift. But,
is it drift or is it just fucked up?
Yeah, I don't think it's drift because it doesn't move on its own or anything. But like I showed you, like when I hold down, like I was playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and if you hold down, the character doesn't run; they just walk. And then like somewhere in like kind of the I want to say somewhere around like maybe the 10 or 11 o'clock position, it'll do that too. But it's a smaller area. And I remember at first I just thought it was the game because I only noticed it with Fire Emblem. So I just thought maybe.
But then when it happened with another game, this is suspicious.
And then sadly it was already past like the 1-year warranty that I got from like GameStop when I bought the console. So
of course,
just get on that class action lawsuit.
Yeah, if you want to wait like 3 years before anything actually happens.
Before that goes
that
nowhere.
has to be like the drift though, right?
I
don't think that's the drift.
Which exactly, if they can prove that it isn't drift, they're just like, we just have a fucked up controller.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's fun. I've been doing that. I forgot about Rumble. I did miss that.
Oh, it's so.
Yeah, bigger screen. The Rumble's back, so I'm getting used to that again. But yeah, no, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. It'll definitely make my Switch Lite last an eternity now until that gets all fucky. But yep, that just watching a shitload of Ghost Adventures now that I got Discovery Plus, and now that I found out where the fuck it went, because I noticed that there's only a few seasons on Hulu and it's like not anywhere else without a cable subscription. So it turns out Discovery launched their own network, which is really cool because.
No, go ahead. I just have a point to that.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say you're pointing at me because. They have a lot of good stuff. It's, Food Network shows, Travel Channel, Discovery itself, Dodo Network, and everything. So it's a lot of shows I do watch. So like I've actually built up my queue of stuff that I've just fallen behind on over the last few years because no cable.
Is Dodo Network kind of like Animal Planet now? Or
a little bit,
like that?
yeah.
Okay.
I kind of hate that everything has like a streaming platform.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Like
we've gone all the way around where streaming was the cheaper alternative.
Yeah.
But now, if you get every streaming service to watch every show, it almost costs as much as a cable subscription now. If you had Crunchyroll to watch your anime, if you had fucking Discovery Plus to watch like your Ghost Adventures, Food Network stuff, then you have your fucking Netflix to watch like whatever. Then you have your Hulu to it's just like.
Netflix just went up too. It's like $20 now.
Yeah, it's expensive.
That's why I buy.
Really? Is
that
high already?
Oh, because I have several people.
Yeah, he has the family one.
Okay.
The regular one I think is still $10, but
no, it has to be higher than that because I remember because I remember way back then it was around like $10 a month.
$7.99.
Mine's including my phone bill, so I don't pay for Netflix.
Yes, I haven't had a Netflix subscription of my own for quite a while, so I just bum off somebody else's. But it's fine because they bum off my
Netflix is one of the ones I could get rid of, and I probably wouldn't honestly care. I barely use it.
Yeah, I don't.
Compared to the other stuff, I watch a lot more Hulu stuff.
Yeah,
I watch way more on the specialized stuff, like fucking HBO Max. Discovery Plus and all that I will watch a shitload of stuff. So
I just use Voodoo all the time. Oh, I bought the entire Batman animated series.
Cool.
Oh.
Yeah, so I have.
Okay, well, I'll start
that. And I bought all of Are You Afraid of the Dark because it was finally low enough where I could stomach it for like 5 seasons. It was like $7.99. Yeah,
That's
dude, I
pretty
got
cool.
a fucking deal. Yeah, see, that's what I do. I use Voodoo to just own things because they had The Office on sale for like $30, like the whole series.
Well, now that you can't stream The Office anywhere unless you have the Peacock network,
Yeah.
now you got to have that. So you might as well own it.
Yeah.
So good for you. You're smart.
But I've seen it like 6 times. I've actually seen it 5 times.
I've seen it a lot too.
Now, one thing I'm curious, personally, is because I have read that D&D podcast I like, the Adventure Zone, they are going to have, I want to say, an animated series based off their podcast on the Peacock Network.
Interesting. So like Midnight Gospel?
I don't... What?
Isn't that it's Pendleton Ward's podcast and he just animates it? That's what I heard. I haven't seen Midnight Gospel.
I don't know.
Well, anyways.
I haven't even heard of that before.
I started playing. I started also playing Inside, which is a really good. If y'all have ever played Limbo,
yeah, I have.
It's a very good puzzle platformer.
I have watched people play Limbo.
Yeah, Limbo is fucking awesome.
I think
it's their sequel game. One of those things where, like Limbo, and had to do with a lot of mental health shit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Inside, I can't spoil what the motif is, but it starts to become very clearly dark what the game is inferring.
Okay.
But so
is
that's
it a
good
direct
stuff too.
sequel?
What did I just say?
So it is, yeah.
No,
okay.
it's not. It's not.
Oh, okay.
It's different. It's just it still takes that
kind of
turning,
like spiritual.
Yeah, it's like turning your mental health into a video game struggle. Turning your, in this case, whatever this is.
What was that other one? Unending Nightmares or something?
Oh, Never Ending Nightmares.
That's
a really good one. That's a really good
great
one.
game,
Fucking scary as fuck. And Fran Bow also is about
yeah.
a girl with mental health issues.
Binding of Isaac is good.
Yeah.
That falls in that category.
Binding of Isaac is a roguelike, though. I mean, it has biblical. Motifs,
overtones,
very obvious biblical religious motifs, but I don't know if I put it into the same boat as like a deep, feelsy, someone turning their struggle into something. I mean, the guy who played Binding of Isaac may have weird religious mommy issues or something, but,
no, that's not
it's just one of those things where it's not really the same thing.
Lone Survivor or Soul Survivor? Lone Survivor. Yeah.
It's the Silent Hill. It's like the side-scrolling Silent Hill like.
That's the one I was thinking of that makes me think of Never Ending Nightmares.
Oh,
but side-scrollers, that's why.
But Never Ending Nightmares is a black and white stylistic.
No, that's literally it, just the side-scroll.
Oh, so every game... Okay, so Super Mario Brothers is also a deep spiritual... Okay, cool. So anyway, so there's that. Enchanted Season 3 came out this past week. I haven't checked it out yet.
Is that
I love
good
Enchanted.
Series? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. If you like fucking Simpsons, I guess it's like...
I
don't love Simpsons.
Oh, Enchanted?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's good.
I haven't watched that.
But yeah, no, I like it a lot though. Season 3's out. It's nice little, again, Simpsons type humor. I mean, they really don't fucking sugarcoat the fact that it's basically obviously from the Simpsons creator.
Oh yeah, my granny.
So it's good stuff.
But
yeah, no, that's pretty much it though. As far as video games go, I installed Final Fantasy X HD. Well, 10, 2 HD is all one file.
Yeah.
Then 12 and 9, and I was just like, all right, which one of these am I actually going to play? Then I booted the other two off just to make space.
Was it
so
9?
it was 10.
Oh.
I'm going to do 10, 2, then 12, and then I'm going to go back to 9. But those are all solid games.
Yeah,
so.
they're all good.
Final Fantasy 7 is the best.
I just wish they would port fucking 13 series on the Switch. I'd be really happy with that, because that game looks awesome still.
Yeah, I know I bought 13 on Steam, just because I do want to complete it.
Yeah.
I just can't be fucked to drag out my 360. So it's like, if I have to go through the whole game again, I mean, so be it, but...
If only PlayStation 4 had backwards compatibility, like Xbox One does.
Oh,
because you can play 13 on Xbox One as well.
If only Sony didn't like the taste of their own dick.
Yeah, exactly. But
yeah, I keep forgetting Xbox One.
Yeah, you gotta just pop in your Xbox 360 disc, or even just a digital download, or it might even be on Game Pass. I don't even know. But...
I own all the 13 games on 360.
Oh yeah, so you can just pop it into your Xbox One, and then play it that way.
Yeah, I guess I
just
could.
a thought.
But
man, the thought of actually using my Xbox One to play games.
I know, that's what my friend says about his PS4. He's just like, my PS4 just collects dust and uses it to watch Netflix. I play all my games on Xbox.
Same.
Jeez.
So it's like...
And I just bought 2 games on... What did I buy? I bought Soma and Jedi Academy.
Soma's good. Soma's scary.
I heard.
Yeah.
Good.
Jedi Academy's good too.
Yeah.
But an old game. But good. Mr. John, where can everybody find your stuff?
At Gyarados Ekis.
There you go. Shiro?
Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, at Joe Shiro, Joestar, YouTube, Shiro Play 5.
I think Mal just has, Instagram?
Yes.
Just her Awesome Mally?
Yeah.
Awesome
underscore Mally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because,
awesome underscore Mally.
Because But yeah,
that
you can
underscore is awesome.
It's the underscore is very awesome.
That's the
it
awesome
means that
part.
you totally didn't think of a name that someone else took already. But anyways, you can find all my stuff at ZD Rocker at all the places, SlimissionEntertainment.com and DisconnectedCast.com. Refreshing on last week as John was dying and not able to be here.
So bad.
We just went over Cyberpunk for like an hour.
Oh, yeah.
It was like 2.5 hour episode,
Sadly,
and a lot of it was about Cyberpunk.
Can I just give? I was gonna say that's a game I wanted to. Can I just give my 2 cents?
Right.
Like
You weren't there, so go for it.
I wanted to love that game so hard. I
did I.
I wanted it to be my special game that I come home at the end of a long day and just get lost in Night City. But I'm playing on Xbox One, and CDPR said, "Fuck you, last gen. Give us your money, but you won't get any of that quality."
Yeah.
Also, I hate that it's making me hate Keanu, kind of, because I'm a big Keanu stan, and like spoilers. Okay, spoilers.
Okay, turn it off if you guys don't want to get spoiled.
Yeah.
Fast forward.
Johnny's a fucking dickhead.
Yeah, I hear
who would have
he-
thought this
I hear
terrorist
he's-
is a dick?
I hear there's a lot of very misogynistic stuff that he says.
Yeah, dude, like he's a
Yeah.
fucking cunt.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that I saw on like Twitter were kind of talking about like how they're kind of disappointed that Keanu Reeves like voiced this, and they're just like, well, you know, he's an actor. He probably had, you know, whatever. Like, probably came up with a job, gave him money. You know, what are you gonna do?
No, of course, yeah. Like Keanu's doing a good job, but it's just so weird seeing because John Wick isn't an asshole. He's just a badass. Like he's just this hard ass fucking killer who didn't want to do it, but he had to come back because this fucker killed his fucking dog. You know?
Yeah.
No, Johnny's just a fucking prick. Like I feel no sympathy for this fucking spoiled like man child, and that makes me like I wanted to like him. He seemed like a very cool and character I would like vibe with, and I hate that I'm gonna do, but like still, if I can see him for this childish like piece of shit he is, like I don't like Johnny. I don't find V particularly compelling.
V.
How
do you think, V? What do you want to eat, V?
Oh,
I didn't care about Jackie.
Jackie sucks.
Yeah,
Jackie.
Jackie reminds me
okay.
of
You scared me
fucking
for
Waka. When
Oh,
I
yeah,
first
Jackie,
saw him,
well, I can
when
see
I first
that.
saw him, I was like, this
I
dude
can
looks
see
like that
that.
fucking guy.
Yeah.
Pan Am's cool. I actually find her to be one of the more interesting characters, and Julie's pretty okay too. Who else? What else would I say about the game? The gameplay's pretty fun. I mean, it's fine. It's a basic RPG. But it sucks that I keep making comparisons and parallels to GTA 5, which by far for what its release, even on PS3, shits all over what Cyberpunk put out. Like GTA 5 still looks better. The characters are more compelling. The story's more enchanting. Yeah, man, I'm highly disappointed. Like it's not a bad game. It can be better, but it's just I feel let down. Like I feel like we were lied to. It's a Halo 5 scenario all over again.
Well, I mean, technically, people were lied to. Yeah, no, I mean, Cyberpunk, that was a game I was definitely excited for at a time.
Did you get it? Do you
No,
have it?
absolutely not. I did not. Because the thing is that even before it came out, sadly, there was just way too many things. I mean, I know I've mentioned it here before. There were a lot of things going on that just really, kind of like just really killed that flame of excitement. A lot of it was a lot of the transphobia that was kind of circling it, and then just the fact that, you know, CDPR was doing these AAA industry tactics, you know, crunch and all that.
Mm-hmm. Lying on social media.
Yeah, to get this thing out, and so a lot of that was like, wow, that's ironic that you're releasing a game Cyberpunk and yet you're being very capitalist about it.
Yeah, it's like they chose Corpo and said, fuck it.
Yeah, so there was just a lot of things about it. You know, finding out that they put in that one segment that's modeled after the medical equipment to diagnose epilepsy. Like, that was really fucked.
The brain dance thing. Yeah. That's very, not glib, but what's the word I'm looking for? Very,
I mean, it's hella on the nose.
Yeah.
It's
That's literally what it's
literally
for.
modeled after the actual fucking device.
But you didn't think that there was a subset of gamers out there who may suffer from epileptic seizure?
that's the thing.
Like,
Like, there's a lot.
exactly. There was no forethought. That's
yeah,
what I'm looking for.
and they don't put a blatant warning about it. Apparently, the only place where they did was in the EULA which they wrote in a very condescending, LOL, nobody reads these things anyways, tone.
Gross.
Yeah, so that's very, really? Really?
It's amazing to me how this company goes from, the darling of the gaming industry because of The Witcher 3, which I still haven't played all the way, and now this kind of makes me not want to go into it, but even though I know, because everyone's told me, I haven't heard a single bad thing about Witcher 3. But having gone through and still going through, I'm going to finish Cyberpunk. I'm going to finish that fucking story. I'm sticking it out now. I'm in it enough to where I got to. It just makes me not want to touch anything else CDPR puts out for a while.
And really the only negative things I ever heard about Witcher 3 was the fact that it was just glitchy. That was pretty much it. But Cyberpunk is a whole
more like CyberJohns.
Yeah. I do know, I don't actually know if this was going to be brought up, but I do know that I think the CEO of CDPR released a statement on Twitter. I didn't even bother because he opens up talking about how one of their goals is to be transparent as possible, and it's like, yeah, you did a really good job when you didn't send out the console review copies. Yeah, that's transparent.
I don't know what he's called. I just know the sound he makes when he lies.
Yeah, or when he tries to say the shit oh yeah, no, it's on consoles it's running surprisingly well.
Really? That's well?
That was one of the things they said. Oh. It was running surprisingly good.
I will say this. This is the game that has finally given me the impetus to jump to PC. Because PC, it runs great.
Well, assuming you got the rig for it, yeah.
No, I'm gonna build from the ground up. No. Yeah, I'm gonna use the stimmy to fucking build.
Actually, that's the only time I've heard anything positive about Cyberpunk is people who have played it on PC.
It looks gorgeous on PC.
I was actually watching Chelsea Manning stream it, and it looks pretty, but.
Yeah.
Aside from that, I really can't say I care much.
God, the glitchiness is so stupid. Somebody posted a great clip the other day. It's one random citizen of Night City is phased through the ground, right? And she has a skull on her shirt, and it's the mouth is moving, so somebody overlaid Rap God, the fast part over it. Oh, God. That shit was really funny. But yeah, overall, I'm just completely taken aback by how much of a letdown this is.
Oh, it is.
You saw my fucking Where's Johnny shirt. I have the statue with both pops and everything, and I was like, yes, Keanu's in this game. We can play Keanu and do Keanu things, and it's cool. I love Cyberpunk, the genre, and damn, dog.
Did you ever get to witness when his character was not fully texturized or whatever?
All the time. All the time.
It's that common?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
No, dude. He'll come in and it looks like PS2 graphics. There was a great one where when I went to Moxie's the first time, the door girl, she didn't the game didn't even fully load. She's full on bubble polygons. Ugh. Yeah, it's not even base model. It's just the core rendering of it, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? What am I watching?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's bad. It's really fucking bad. That was before the patch, before the day one patch. To be fair, but still, the fact that that's your game. This is your fucking title. This is your ugh.
I can only hope that. I doubt this is gonna happen, but I can only hope that eventually Cyberpunk will probably get marked down in price so bad it'll probably be in the $5-10 bargain bins just so I can pick it up for really cheap and experience it. But I don't think that's going to be possible because I'm pretty sure by the time that ever fucking happens, they'll probably have
that'll
fixed
be
it.
Years because it's gonna Witcher never even hit that low. I think the lowest it ever hit was $20.
No, but also The Witcher 3 didn't have to justify that.
Yeah,
yeah.
Witcher's still a great game from what I hear. People still play the goddamn Witcher, and I'm like, okay, cool. Mm-hmm. I will. Sword and Sorcery is just not my cup of tea, but Cyberpunk is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I own them all, but I've only
all the Witchers.
Yeah, I own them all, but I haven't played them.
I've never heard anything about one. One of my coworkers went over to GameStop, said
one
that
is only on PC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it originally started as a PC game.
And then 360?
Then when 2 came out, it was PC and, 360.
Because it's not on PlayStation.
Yeah. So that's kind of when it started to get a little bit more attention. But then Witcher 3 was when it absolutely blew up.
That's a damn game changer, from what I hear.
Yeah. So.
But my friend said Witcher 2 was actually pretty good. Since it's based off an actual series. One of my friends has a couple of the books, and he says the books are really good. And it's like, and I get it. Cyberpunk is based off a tabletop, and tabletop is really hard to translate into a concise narrative because, for instance, the one time that me and my old Pathfinder group went off the reservation and didn't do like sword and sorcery, we did like a modern day one. We ended up having like a gang war. We were like gangsters and shit and like just being stupid with it, right? So, it's always going to be create your own adventure. And I was saying that before the game came out that I feel like that's going to be a big hang up because what you expect from tabletop versus what you expect from an established story is a lot different. Like anything can happen,
Yeah.
And I was reading one of the pre-reviews from that one girl from, was it IGN or GameSpot? The one, it was a female reviewer who primarily played like Pokemon and Animal Crossing, and everyone was raking her across the coals because she gave it a 7 out of 10. And a lot of the things she said, I'm finding are actually pretty accurate. The things you do on the side don't really affect the main story mission that much, which I'm kind of disappointed with because Outer Worlds, arguably like a less time put into game. I don't know if Obsidian put a lot as much effort. It's Obsidian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it took them as long to make Outer Worlds as CDPR did for, because I think they've been working on Cyberpunk for like 7 years.
Something like that, yeah.
Because they announced the game was going to come out when the PS4 and Xbox One were like fresh on the market.
Yeah.
That's when they announced it. Which is fucking ironic because like it didn't, like they announced it when those were the hot consoles and it doesn't even run properly on said consoles. That's kind of funny.
So it's not hard to make a good narrative. It just feels like they didn't. Everything feels rushed and incomplete. That's the one thing I can say about Cyberpunk.
But yeah, I mean, I really wanted to like it, and I did give it a chance longer than everyone else. Even when I just saw the writing on the wall, I was still like, I'm gonna keep powering through this. I really want to try, even if maybe I'll be the one guy who likes it among my friends, stuff like that, even though actually I'm one of I would have been the minority there, because a lot of my friends don't like it. I mean, to each their own. But
like you sound like how I did when I watched Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah, pretty much, and that's probably the same experience I had.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of the stuff we talked about
I was ready to love that movie.
I really wanted to.
Man.
But
I made a post. One of my last posts on Twitter was like list of good DC EU movies, and it's just Birds of Prey.
I mean, that's fair.
I don't think Wonder Woman 1 it's not bad, but I wasn't wowed by it.
I'm in the delete the last 15 minutes camp, but yeah. I mean, I liked the original Wonder Woman. It's just 84. Yeah. But anyways, we talked about the whole. I mean, I heard you guys talk about it already, so we already covered the last gen performance versus PC. Should have just canceled the last gen versions because even though the PS5 and Xbox Series X versions are still a little rough around the edges, it's nowhere near, because I had that same thing happen also.
At least it fucking runs.
Yeah, I had people where I'd be walking around the city and there's just a de-rendered person standing there staring at me like. The mouth is just okay because there's like it's not loaded. It's just a fucking polygon skeleton, and it's just. Keanu looks hilarious though when he doesn't render.
It's so bad.
He looks so fucking funny.
He looks so glossy, like super PS2.
Yeah, pretty much.
So like you know how if you press left on the D-pad when you're driving, it transitions between driving position, right? It takes a full 10 to 15 seconds for mine to do that.
Yeah, it's that delayed sometimes.
Yeah. Sounds gross.
Yep.
I will say this though: the combat is pretty on point.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I don't like the combat. The gunplay sucks.
Oh, yeah?
You don't like it?
The problem with the gunplay, and my friend said that I nailed the description of the coffin, the way to explain it. It feels like you're on a grid. You're on a fucking square. So your gun is never truly sometimes people will be standing in the middle of the square of your hitbox.
Yeah.
You keep firing to the left or the right of them because there's no way to face true center. So if all the enemy has to do is get into a position where you can't aim, and all of a sudden...
Interesting.
So does it have like weird like auto aim or aim assist?
It does have an aim assist.
You can turn it off, I remember.
Yeah, you can, but it does have an aim assist. But even with the aim assist off, because I thought that's what it was, it still moves like you're going through. If you get grid paper and you move along the outsides of each square, it's like you're doing that almost.
Oh, so Halo multiplayer.
God.
Fuckers.
That sounds absolutely
Yeah, the
gross.
gunplay sucks in it. I just could not get into it.
Where I was going with that, though, is that I love the combat because it glitches so bad that the enemy AI is just shit, so it's easy to
but
go
we got to be
beyond
careful
Mari.
with what we say we like and what we don't like. That's a really broken thing.
Yeah. So like I mentioned, I was watching Chelsea Manning stream it, and she was doing like the one early mission where you're sneaking in that apartment or whatever.
Yeah.
You're fucking doing all kinds of stealth shit.
Where you rescue the corporal lady?
I guess I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know the specifics of it.
She's in the bathtub.
Yeah, and so I'm watching the combat in. It takes her a few tries because she's still trying to figure it out. Like, there are a few moments where she just decided to go in guns blazing versus trying to, sneak around. That clearly being the better route.
Yep.
Really?
So
I blew everyone away for that.
That every time she tried go in, Unga, she died.
Yeah, but I'll let you finish your thought, but I do have a follow-up to that.
But yeah, so I'm watching it, and I was just like, okay, I mean, the combat seems solid for the most part.
If you ever saw her shoot jankily, that's the reason why.
Okay.
You have to compensate for that whenever you're, because what I kept doing is I kept running out of bullets, because the way I would try to compensate for it is spray and pray. Because I found that I was hitting people a lot more when I just keep pulling the fucking trigger, as opposed to trying to headshot them perfectly or anything like that. So yeah, it's because it really moves very stilted, and that's why. It may not be a perfect square, but my whole point being is that you are going from line to line instead of a lot of shooters where it's just, in Overwatch, when you pan left to right, it's just going left to right, and you can shoot any single pixel from left to right. In this one, it's as if there's holes in between your hitboxes, so it's really bad. But there was that.
It all just makes me wonder. Let's just all go back to playing New Vegas.
Yeah, seriously. Fucking hell, if you don't want to go too far back, fucking play Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds?
Yeah.
We were just
Either way.
about that.
But yeah, we talked about Sony's poor handling of the refund. I personally experienced this when they went from trying to gaslight me and deny my claims to within days later when it became so globally spread, because I was probably one of the first million to complain instead of everyone in the world.
Yeah.
But they tried to pretend like they've never heard of this issue. They don't know what this cyberpunk thing is. They didn't really use that terminology exactly.
I've never heard of this game.
But the way they're talking about it,
that came out?
when I talked about I was like, it's like the controversial game Cyberpunk. It's fucking known to be broken. Refund my shit, you piece of shit. And then they're just like, do you have proof of this? So I sent them a Forbes article. They're like, that is Forbes, not Sony. And I go, okay, well, not my fault. You guys haven't.
Even though
written an
Forbes is
article
like
about
one
it.
of the most credited.
Exactly. That's why, of all the things, I didn't want to show them Polygon or Kotaku. I just fucking went straight to Forbes is talking about this. And they just fucking were being a bitch to me. And that's when I told them, oh, this must be why you guys have so many fucking class action lawsuits and blah, blah, blah. And they just closed the chat window on me, which I don't think is how they're supposed to respond to that. But anyways. But then within days later, it literally got boiled down to a button that says, if you are, yes, we are refunding everyone in Cyberpunk because it's so fucked up. If this is you and you want that refund, tick the box that says you are going to refund this game. It's not going to be yours anymore. Then click the button, accept. Okay, we're going to refund you.
Can you
and then
buy
within
it
2 days, I got it. No. So the only way to get it on PS4 is to get the physical copy.
So you can't download it after the refund, huh?
Of course not, because you don't own it anymore. They removed the license. But yeah. On
You have
Xbox
to give
Series,
them the money again.
on Xbox One and Xbox Series X, I don't know if they've changed this since. But when Sony delisted it, where now it says we do not know when this game will be released, on Xbox they still let you buy it. I don't know about anymore. They may have just completely removed it now. But at one point, when Sony delisted it, Xbox did not fully delist it. But when you click to purchase it, it has a huge pop-up disclaimer window that says this game is incomplete.
Yeah.
It may not run properly. By accepting this term, you are admitting to us that you know this. If we deny your refund, it's because we fucking told you this game is fucked. And so it has that whole thing that pops up as a window,
about it.
which is good because I guess it still gives you the choice. But I see Sony's part where Sony was so pissed off about this that they were just like, we do not want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And that's where it comes down to, John, what I was talking about last time. This is CD Projekt's fucking reputation on the line now. On PC, they'll be fine. They have good old games. They can self-distribute, so they don't give a fuck if Steam doesn't want to fucking have it on there. But they may have burned their console bridge, and losing all your Sony and Xbox sales, that's a lot of sales still.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people primarily play it on PC, sure, but there's a lot of people that also get consoles. There's a reason that consoles have been around. It's just so cheaper and accessible to people that the average person who's not hardcore, pixel-peeping, double-wide monitor, 144 hertz gamers don't care. They're just going to buy a console.
And like we mentioned earlier, with The Witcher 3 being the game that really made them known, and that was the one that was on all consoles.
It became the indie darling.
Yeah, unlike, Witcher 2, which was just 360, right, aside from console?
Yeah.
Or PC.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah,
PC and 360.
Yeah, so if they go back and they're just back to being nothing but PC, is like...
That's just a lot of sales there. But yeah, Digital Foundry has a fantastic video that talks about all the versions and how they run. Gives you a play-by-play like they always do about all the performance drops. They show you PS4 versus PS5, then PS5 versus PC, and you can see all the differences. Digital Foundry is so thorough, it's almost unnecessary, where like if you don't know all the tech lingo, you get kind of lost in there, but it is cool to just see the thing, where you see it drop to like 20 FPS or lower on PS4, or just almost come to a freezing halt.
Yeah.
Like when they would just go where it's in an overpopulated area on PS4, it just drops to like 10 frames and it looks like dog shit. Like it's really, really bad. Yeah. But we talked about that. We talked about the third-person bug that shows what V actually looks like. Before this third-person mod came out, there was a third-person bug you could do. And the way V looks, because you're not supposed to see yourself, they have like these weird extended monster arms that come out. They have no head, and then they have like a floating torso after the knees. It's fucking bizarre looking. So that's theoretically what everyone's seeing when you're walking around in first person. They couldn't even be fucked to render the whole person. It's not like in GTA where when you go into first person mode, you still have a full rendered third person model just in case the game pulls out or whatever. Yeah. You would think since they render V in cutscenes, why the fuck would they not just use that base to just be shown to everyone else? Like, it's just weird.
Couldn't be asked to it.
It also could have just been limitations. Obviously, the fucking consoles couldn't handle it, so they're probably trying to cut as much as they could out. It's weird. Then we talked about the staff, just like they had that open conference internally with CDPR, and they just got fucking shredded. A lot of this, they were just gaslighting everyone and being like, oh, we understand your concerns, and then just not giving a real answer. But there was tons of staff. Testers were being like, hey, look, we're getting criticized. People are saying we're not doing our jobs properly because they don't fucking understand how the industry works. But we fucking told y'all this game was not fucking close to ready. Why did you guys release it? Great concern. Anyone else have any questions? This is that kind of like, just brushing it aside. And then the shareholder meeting they had after that was a real bonfire, because a lot of people were like, where are my returns? Why the fuck did you release this? We would have rather just been delayed, which is a lie, because stockholders were the ones that were pushing for it to be released, but whatever. But yeah, it's really bad.
I don't know if you saw, I mentioned it earlier, but like I guess the CEO...
Yeah, it's on the... Yeah, I actually have that on the docket.
Okay, yeah. Because I was going to say, I don't know if you saw when Pat retweeted it.
No, I didn't see that.
So I didn't watch the full video because...
It's cringy.
Yeah, when he opens up with the whole, like, we want to be transparent, I was like, yeah, you're a liar.
Fuck you. Yeah.
But apparently, according to Pat, it sounds like he tries throwing the QA testers under the bus.
He kind of does. Yep, I'm going to address that. He kind of does. Cool. It's really cringy.
Fuck. Right.
It's a very bad apology. It is a backhanded apology if I've ever fucking heard one.
So it's the fucking South Park. Sorry.
Yeah, it really is.
The BP thing.
With the exception of rubbing his nipples, that's literally the same fucking. Oh, you're good, dude. Don't worry about it. You're good. And then we talked about how Cyberpunk was having to do physical refunds out of their own pocket because a lot of retailers like Target, Best Buy are like, you opened it.
Yeah.
GameStop allegedly is now taking back physical copies, but at first they were also like, it's against our policy, you opened it. Yep. So they're having to make exceptions, and so they're issuing checks because of that.
Fun fact, just to fuck GameStop.
Yeah.
I think it's up until the 15th, but if you take anything back that's sealed, even without a receipt, and be like, I got this from GameStop, they have to give you credit for it.
We're not encouraging people to steal. If that was the implication.
No,
do not do that.
Fuck GameStop.
Yeah, GameStop does suck. But yeah, we talked about how they had crossovers with Forza Horizon 4 and Death Stranding. So that was some weird fucking crossover for Cyberpunk.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's like, why? Those games actually work, so like, why? Although we did joke about, like, it'd be funny if it fucked up those games, the add-ons. But anyways.
Corrupts your data.
And then the one that was really funny enough, that was one of the things. A lot of people's save data that gets over 8 megabytes, which is not a lot, as we discussed last time, was getting permanently corrupted, and you had to start over. So
done. Never playing this game again.
Yeah, and then investors are to sue over mishandling. Which, a lot of people, especially if you put in any significant amount of time into that game and it corrupts, I would not encourage playing it again either.
Yeah,
it's just so boring. But anyways. We'll get to that though, and but that's basically that's just a run through, and then you guys talked about a lot of the other stuff.
Yeah.
And I saw this random thing. It just looks so racist. So Asuka posted because she has to, because she's a fucking WWE employee. Unfortunately, they're doing a cup noodle promo with her. That's just a Photoshop big cup, but they're gonna have her eat cup noodles on the next episode. It's so racist sounding.
Her?
It's by her exactly. Literally anyone else. It could have been Big E or anyone else. Why her? It's so racist. Have the Japanese girl eat cup noodles on fucking... sorry, I thought when I said Asuka that was implied. But yes, there's that. But yeah.
I was like, is this Vor?
And then Shinsuke just joins her and is like,
oh god, I know. And then they have clips on the back of their eyes. Anyways, but yeah, so they got rid of PogChamp because... because fuck Gooteks. There's a lot of reasons to say fuck him way before. This is just another pile-on.
I'm old.
He's just become insane.
I don't know what any of that means. I just heard poggers that week, and I was like, that sounds
don't
fun.
use poggers. It's like an alt-right thing, so do not be using that term
anymore.
Is it
really?
Yeah. It's like some QA. He is... The poggers man is a piece of shit.
Hold on.
Yeah, he is. I'm
don't
not
know
aware
what
of,
it means.
actual... right wing.
No. Yeah, okay. But what I mean is, he actually is. So it's using a picture of Trump. Yeah. It's like, if you use a picture of Trump...
Well, that's the one thing that kind of sucks about it, is that, because, there's people, they don't fucking know shit about Gooteks.
Correct, yeah.
A
lot of people have no idea who the fuck he is.
Yeah, PogChamp and Poggers has become such a big, internet thing now.
Yeah, it has. Way beyond him. Because, again,
hella way beyond him. Yeah,
okay.
He doesn't even like the fact that he's known as that.
So I don't know what any of that means, but I heard it.
It's about Pogs.
I heard someone say it with a British accent, and I was like, oh, Poggers, And I had a playlist called Poggers, and I don't know, it just sounds funny to me. I don't know what the fuck it means. I just
it's a silly Brit thing.
If you're talking about actual Pogs, though, I'm down with that.
Pogs are dope. I still have a sleeve somewhere.
Yeah, Pogs are cool.
Okay, so it's an alt-right thing.
Well, the guy is an alt-right thing, to be clear. Yeah, Shiro's right. It's not like it's an alt-right thing, but he is. So it's like, if you're to use a Trump emoticon, it is Trump, so use that. So to use... Gooteks' emote still means that you're still kind of giving him some fucking exposure, essentially.
I'm gonna stay delightfully unaware.
Gooteks Gutierrez.
Yep.
I was gonna say, when Jim Sterling pulled out their binder of Pogs.
That's the best. Yeah, he has a lot.
That's impressive.
But yeah, and then the funny thing about Twitch, I agree with Twitch removing it, but the funny thing is the way they were going to get around it is every day or every week or whatever the fuck, they're going to feature a new PogChamp. It's like, but
it's real
there's not really a new PogChamp. That would be like being like, oh, it's the new President Trump, and it's just like Elon Musk or something like that. It's like, well, it's not really. It's just another guy. So it's just someone doing the dick suck rage is all they're really fucking doing. And so they've just had cringy streamers I've never heard of. So far, every featured PogChamp, I have no idea who the fuck that is. I do not know any of these fucking people. But then again, I also don't watch that many Twitch people, so to be fair.
I like it more when certain streamers have just said, they already have their own version
a lot of people
of
do,
PogChamp, or they're just going to make one.
Yeah. So. Even in our K-pop servers, we have PogChamps of a lot of the idols.
Yeah.
It's just, it is what it is. But but fuck Gooteks. Yeah. GameStop's stock has risen 80% because they changed basically the entire head of the entire CEO chain has been changed out. And I don't know if they got rid of, but pretty much everyone aside that person. But and then of course they also they put out their game plan of how they're going to save GameStop and stuff like that. So we'll see. But apparently it's gotten enough investors that, again, I should have, if I knew.
I thought they wanted it to burn to the ground, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Right? But if I knew the stock was going to go up again, I would have bought some, because it got really cheap at one point. Now it's fucking expensive again. Yeah. I could have made a lot of money if I thought that, but I didn't think GameStop was going to turn around.
Yeah, we thought the ship was sinking.
Damn it, Microsoft! Why did you save them?
Why? Oh god, I had this argument the other day. They have surfaced. I'm pretty sure they're the because it's Microsoft, but they have tablets there instead of the regular POS.
Yeah, I mentioned that before in the episode that's what Microsoft is going to start doing and why they bought GameStop to begin with.
No, but it's already there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's cross promotion.
I just saw that the other day.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's the whole point. Microsoft is using it basically as an advertise. They basically just in an IRL billboard. Because, what are you using there? Oh, a Surface? What's that? You go into it, you get one, blah, blah, blah. And Surfaces are cool, they're just really expensive.
Yeah.
Lucasfilm Games is back. Not really, though. Just the name.
Is this
they
like
announced
Telltale?
at CES... Can I say?
Sorry.
They announced that CES 2021, because there is an explanation every time I bring up a news story. That's the point of bringing it up. So they are bringing back the names, but it's not going to actually come back because the studio, still super fired, has been shut down. 20 years ago. So it's super dead. So now, anytime a Star Wars game comes out, though, that's the studio working on it. But, for example, they have an Indiana Jones game being made by Bethesda. They have Ubisoft is making a Star Wars open world game. And then, of course, you have EA that made Rogue Squadron and then fucking Fallen Order and stuff like that. They will all be published as a Lucasfilms game, but they're all developed by different people. It could be by Supergiant Games, it could be by Platinum, it doesn't matter. They're all under the Lucasfilms umbrella. So the idea is all Star Wars games, or like Indiana Jones, so all Lucasfilms games are now going to be Lucasfilm games, but it's not like they brought back the studio.
Yeah, even though there's actually no fucking...
Yeah, the difference between that and the Telltale games, though, to explain, to answer your question, is that Telltale Games still kept, part of their staff as, being kept as a skeleton crew. Oh. But they're not really bringing Telltale Games back, but they're still, a remnant of it. Lucasfilm Games is still... Everyone that's gone from that is just gone from that. It's not like they're bringing anyone back.
A bit like Sir Band came around and we're like, we're Nirvana.
Only
play Nirvana
If
covers.
Dave Grohl was the only member in it that was in the original Nirvana lineup, then yeah, it's like that.
Actually, I would love to see that. Dave Grohl with, young kids.
I don't even know if this, simile or analogy would work, but it makes me think of, how... maybe a Madden game has a fucking NFL sticker, official NFL thing, but it's not really made by the NFL.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, that's not a bad analogy.
That's kind of how I'm thinking of it.
And that's and that's a good way to think about it. So think about it like that, exactly. It's like Lucasfilms, wink.
Yeah.
But so we'll see. There was not much information about the Star Wars open world game. They just kept making a lot of emphasis that it's going to be an open world game. So I think the idea, and this is just me spitballing, because again, they didn't really say much, is they're probably going to try to do their best, because there was a good... the Phantom Menace PS1 game did a great job of this, where you can kind of explore the towns. I don't know where it's going to take place, Tatooine, wherever, but let's just say it takes place on Tatooine. They want to flesh out, Tatooine, GTA 5 or Skyrim map-style open, and you can go to the hills of whatever the fuck. You can go to the Sarlacc pit. You can go into the town. There's different shops, buildings, houses that you can all go into. And there's tons of people going on. In a way, but more focus on, again, actual exploration.
Yeah.
So why isn't Ubi doing the Indiana Jones game and Bethesda doing the open world?
So I don't know why, because they haven't announced yet the type of games.
Yeah.
The thing that is interesting about the Indiana Jones game, however, is it's Bethesda with Machine Head Games who made the new Wolfensteins that are really good.
Ooh.
I don't think we're going to get, first-person brutal indie firing, a revolver with infinite rounds and cutting people's heads off with his whip.
I mean...
But, that would be badass. But, it's interesting to see that studio with Bethesda are the ones working on it. We already know to expect some jank because Bethesda's involved, but... For anyone who has played the modern Wolfenstein games, they're pretty fucking good. Yeah. So
Youngblood's okay.
Youngblood's okay, yeah, but the actual Wolfenstein
BJ's games are cool.
Yeah, BJ's games are badass.
And say, what if it just turns out being a Star Wars Genshin Impact?
Fuck it. I'll take it at this point. I might take it at this point, but yeah.
Nothing.
But we'll see. It's kind of... what's up?
Yeah, oh, sorry, I did want to add, because when I did hear that Ubisoft was... I didn't know about the other stuff, but when I heard that Ubisoft was making that Star Wars game, and then EA loses their exclusivity. I was like,
correct.
That's kind of hilarious when EA, because their last two Star Wars games are starting to
get on the up and up.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of hilarious. They're finally kind of starting to figure it out, and then
Disney said, "Fuck." Although I believe they're still open to EA making something else.
Yeah,
but now they have it taken away. You're right, though, taken away that exclusivity because now all these other developers are going to be coming to the plate to see, because you're right, Fallen Order and Rogue Squadron, I haven't played Rogue Squadron personally, but Fallen Order is a great game, and apparently Rogue Squadron is not bad, actually.
Yeah,
so,
I don't think I've heard much, if any, negative stuff about it.
The only thing I've heard is that, can maybe use a few more maps, it gets like if you're obsessively playing it, you kind of start to see the same map over and over again. But apparently it's a lot of fun, especially with friends. It is that whole call it out, who's on the left, who's on the right, let's take this in formation. You can make it really nerdy and cool.
Super fun.
That's kind of awesome. If it does get on a good sale, I'd be down to all of us to play it or something, because that'd be really cool.
I would like to check it out, because when I played, was it Battlefront?
Yes, Battlefront.
Yeah, when I played those, like, I had a lot of fun playing the missions where you can fly the X-Wings or whatever,
absolutely.
But... yeah, after a while, I was just like, I just really miss Rogue Squadron.
OG Battlefront 2 is the best.
It is really good. That is probably the best one. But, alas. So now it's time to get to that apology, if you can call it that much.
Let's go.
So, the CEO, you mentioned the transparent thing. He's trying to play this weird, hey, I'm your friend, guys. I know I bit you, but I'm friendly. I'm the friendly CEO, man. So he's the co-founder. He is the top half of that company. Okay. He's the co-founder, CEO of CD Projekt Red, super rich guy. And in terms of that, so he said through transparency, he mentioned that one of the things that he really highlighted is that we promise we won't ever crunch again. So as long as you got our backs, we're going to not fucking kill our workers this time. It's like, yeah, but...
they're going to hold them hostage?
Yeah, but it's like...
Give us support.
Yeah, but it's like, but maybe you shouldn't have done that, though.
Yeah.
It's easy to apologize. We mentioned this time and time again from way beyond the game industry, but even in the game industry alone, how many times do people apologize just because they got caught?
Mm-hmm.
If Rockstar Rockstar doesn't give a fuck. They keep getting caught with crunch and they keep doing it. So at least they're just consistently scummy.
Yeah.
But with like CDPR, they already had a lot of... they already had a lot of... it's telling me to take my laundry out of the dryer. But anyways, they had a lot of controversy with Witcher 3 had a lot of crunch too. It's just Witcher 3 ended up being a good game, so everyone just kind of forgot. Yeah. Once it came out, they were just like, "Oh yeah, you crunch," but I mean, check this out. With CDPR, with Cyberpunk, it became a lot of crunch. Oh shit, check this out. And since it was not good, now everyone got really angry. And Shira made a really good point in a previous episode that Jim Sterling mentioned. Everyone's mad now when the problems have kind of been laid out for a while now, beyond just crunch and beyond the game being broken. There's been a lot of controversy regarding other things, but no one really cared, and now everyone's angry because the game messed up.
Yeah.
If the game was messed up, all the transphobia, all the crunch would have just been accepted, and so it's kind of like...
Yeah.
But yeah, so he went on that. He mentioned that they do have a very strict roadmap in place, and they are going to be fixing this game, and it's going to be perfect by the time this is all over. I'm being very hyperbolic with all that explanation, of course, but that's essentially where he was going with it. He was like, don't worry if you think that the game's not that great or whatever, there's a ton of shit on the way that's going to be really, really fucking great.
Free DLC.
He did take a few shots where he was like, he didn't necessarily call out he did and didn't call out QA particularly. He did. He was talking about that. It was so clear. But basically it was like, yeah, unfortunately some of our staff wasn't as vigilant as we'd like, and that's how some shit got through.
The suits?
Yeah, it's like, exactly. It's like the guys who held the gun to the devs and said, release it, even though the devs prayed for more time. Look at Bayo 3. Bayo 3's been in development hell for like the last circuit or whatever, but at least Kamiya said, and I want to trust him because so far I can trust him so far. We know that Bayo will probably be solid. It maybe took fucking 6 years to come out, but fuck it, I'd rather wait 6 years. If I could have known that Cyberpunk would have taken, it's fucking 7 years, if I knew it was going to end up taking 10, but it'd be complete.
Yeah, who cares? Exactly. I'll wait.
He tries to talk about why he just is the finger pointing game. So the next thing he points at is he blames the PS4 and the Xbox One for not being strong enough. It's not that the game is broken in the sense that...
Look at Ghost of Tsushima.
Exactly. Probably the best looking game on that console, and looks amazing. Yeah, yep. And so he's basically saying that it's not that the build was fucked up, it's just that the build is good, but then it turns out the consoles can't quite handle that build, which is...
It means the build was bad.
Yeah, exactly, which means it wasn't optimized for last gen.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's really bad. If you would have had an aneurysm if you watched that whole video.
Yeah, I'm really glad I turned it off, like, the moment I heard his stupid transparency line.
Yep, you read it. You read the room perfectly. That's where he was going to go. He is cringier and cringier as it goes along. But yeah, he mentioned that these hot fixes are going to keep coming, as well as huge patches that are going to perfect the game and get to the experience they wanted to get the players in the first place. So they saw we. CEO say he saw we. So there's a lot more of that. It's just very roundabout walk. It's a lot of fucking circling the room and then fucking blaming everyone but him. He never goes, the suits and I were the ones who caused this problem. Sorry, guys. It's the devs' problem. It's the consoles not being strong enough. It's everything else. But then, of course, a lot of emphasis on, we're fixing it, guys. It's gonna be fixed. Promise, guys. So it's like...
Fucking corpos.
Oh, and that's the other thing he blames. And now, as someone whose industry is hella affected by COVID... That was actually one of his main leading points, is also COVID caused this. See, it was on track to be perfect, but then COVID happened. So, like, they had to crunch because of COVID. We're not going to anymore. But COVID caused the crunch.
They were crunching before COVID.
Yeah, exactly, because of Witcher 3.
The original release date was before COVID.
Exactly, yep. So, it's just crazy. You just see so many holes in his fucking apology.
Oh my god.
But yeah, then he re-emphasized, but no, again, avoiding crunch on all future projects.
Jerk off.
So.
God damn it.
Oh, and then the other thing he did is he was just like, I mean, hell, the PC one's pretty good, right? He actually goes there too, where he's like, I mean, obviously we made a good game. The consoles are dog shit because our PC version almost works.
Yeah, it's not our fault the consoles suck.
It was bad. I'm gonna link the video below in the description if anyone wants to suffer through that. But that's essentially the Reader's Digest version of his cringe.
Yeah,
it was really bad.
That is really bad.
So yeah,
and that makes my brain hurt even more because when I was looking through the replies, people were just like, "Oh, thank you for being so open." And
everyone bought it. Everyone bought the bullshit. You immediately shut the video off of. Everyone else ate it.
Yeah,
but you know that a lot of the people that did eat that have probably, if you look at their threads, have probably been Cyberpunk sympathizers since day one. I'm sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, of course, I saw the usual like, "Oh yeah, this is a load of bullshit," but after that, it was
a lot more people than should have fell for it. Yeah.
Oh, CDPR, you're so good to us.
Oh.
I do want to apologize for anyone who has stuck through all this. I know we had to go through Cyberpunk again, but unfortunately, it is the hot button topic. It's like when we wouldn't shut the fuck up about Fallout 76. It just is the news right now, unfortunately.
Anthem.
Or Anthem, exactly.
I was gonna say, there were weeks where we weren't really doing anything. That's when most of I think that's when we still had a lot of the Cyberpunk discourse.
Right, but even once we caught up, the ones from today, that's all new. So it's just it's insane. It's absolute insanity. Exactly. So the initial flurry of it was because we missed 3 weeks, but now, on top of it, we have brand new bullshit on top of everything. So we'll see. Their roadmap's going to take all of 2021, so we'll see if it actually happens. But
assuming it even renders.
That's the thing. There's a lot of weird de-rendering and stuff like that. It looks fucking ugly. But oh right, and because of the dynamic resolution, you'll see it drop to 480p sometimes when you're walking through the city. It looks like absolute shit. Especially when you see it go from 1080 and then resolution down to 720. You already noticed that drop, and by the time it gets to 480 downscaled, it looks fucking shitty. But anyways,
I don't even think Unreal 3 was that bad.
I don't think it was either. Yeah,
as much as we joke and make the memes of it, shit,
it looks like a godsend compared to this shit.
Tell you, bro, PS2
Hogwarts Legacy, that open world game that totally has nothing to do with J.K. Rowling, we promise, has been delayed to 2022, hoping that everyone will forget about J.K. Rowling by the time 2022 rolls around. Now, they didn't say that's the exact reason. They said that they need more time in the oven and stuff like that. But I honestly think that after they tried to... So their first approach was, we swear J.K. Rowling has nothing to do with this. Then the next thing is they got really defensive and they were like, okay, look, I know she made Harry Potter, but come on, guys. It's a good game. And it's just the point is, though, if we support this, we support that. Yeah. Unfortunately, you cannot get away with that. If you make Wizard Shoot Bang game and you just call it that, and it's no longer Harry Potter, and it becomes removed, and you have a good game there, maybe you'll win me back.
Yeah.
But if it's Harry Potter related, which is easy for me to say, I understand that because I'm not a big Harry Potter guy, but unfortunately, it is tied to J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
And so waiting till 2022, if that is the real reason that they are doing it, not if it is because of polish issues, sure, fine. After what Cyberpunk did, I would rather take their time. Yeah. But I do think because of the recent controversy and they tried to fight it off and it wouldn't go away, I do feel like I have a very sneaking suspicion it really is because of trying to distance themselves and hope that everyone will get over J.K. Rowling by then.
I mean, that's assuming that J.K. Rowling lets people forget that she exists.
I was going to say, watch your tweets some stupid bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
They should take away her fucking social media too.
Yeah.
If only.
I think I saw that there was.
Is she on Parler?
I don't know about that.
Parler's gone.
Just kidding.
Isn't Parler
I don't
gone?
think so because she's still
They're
very
rude, too.
liberal, unfortunately.
Yeah. She's just one of those libs.
She's just turf.
She's a turf.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck. I don't remember the exact specifics of it. I don't remember if it's like a publisher or if it's maybe a bookstore or whatever. But yeah, there is an instance where they are refusing to like carry her books anymore.
Good.
Yeah, fuck her.
Yeah, and of course, some of her defenders are just like,
Read!
"This is censorship."
Yep.
Hey, that's ableist.
Oh yeah, it is. Don't do that.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yes,
it is.
Actually, yeah.
Think about what those letters begin the word.
Oh,
And
okay.
it-
I was making fun of the Rick and Morty guy, but I
Well,
guess that is
Rick and
yeah.
Morty. You already shouldn't be quoting any Rick and Morty stuff because Rick and Morty
No,
suck.
the Szechuan sauce guy. Yeah,
Oh
but
my god!
still,
Stop.
Yeah, no, that sound
That's
effect
sexual
is supposed to kind of be.
No, I remember the people in high school. Yeah.
Gosh, I don't even know the exact verbiage to use, but it has to do something with like autistic.
Right.
Yeah.
Autism, and it is pretty ableist, so.
Understood. Duly noted. Yeah.
Duly noted. There we go. We taught John on air.
Now, if you were trying to do the Dio Brando thing.
That's different.
Oh, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah. Anyways. What else? Yeah. So some people trying to cry that, this is censorship for our turf queen, but I mean, fuck her.
Yep, it's easy to when you're not when you have no
Affected by
sympathy or
it,
affected
yeah.
by it. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
And then some interesting news came out with Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, which is the title just because it is 2 games in one.
Oh.
For those who didn't play Super Mario 3D World, it is another game being saved from the Wii U and being ported to the Switch. It's a really good 3D platformer Mario game with the different, that's where they had the cat suit and everything. And it's a solid game. My family and I actually played through all of it. We're like at the very last. It's really hard at the very end, but it's really good. And then on top of that, Bowser's Fury is like a rogue. They described it as like a roguelike Mario game.
Oh,
so
no.
we're trying to see where that goes. Now here is where some of the eyebrow raising went.
Yeah.
At this point, there are so many fucking Switch games. Games that even me, I have like 300 gigs on my thing, and I still can't install all my games.
Shit.
So it's one of those things where it's just like, yo. And so a lot of people, every time a release comes out, they're very concerned. Especially for people who don't even support an SD card, which at this point, you need to at least have a little one in there. But unless you go all physical, but I digress. But they came out that the actual size for the games, that means both, is only 2.9 gigs, which doesn't seem that big. Now, the original Wii U version of, there was no Bowser's Fury, but 3D World was 1.5. So that would mean that about 1.4 for Bowser's. But then the thing is, they upscale the graphics and everything of 3D World, which means it probably is less than a gig or actually Bowser's Fury. So a lot of people are like, is there going to be really replayability in that? The roguelike thing makes a little bit more sense because it probably may not be a super long game, but if you keep playing the first level over and over again, then maybe the second, then you start over at the beginning, it could just be like 5 levels that's going to take like 16 hours to beat maybe. So it could be that, but we'll see once that actually comes out. It drops February 12th alongside the brand new Super Mario themed Switch, which looks great. It's a full-blown Switch. Custom dock, custom Joy-Cons, both red basically, so if you like the red one, now you get 2 red ones with it.
Yeah.
And then you have the custom, the shell of the actual Switch itself is colored, and it also comes with a hard shell case, with travel cases with it as well, that's also Mario themed. So if you're a big Mario person, you get the whole kit and everything, including a nice travel case.
Very cool.
So there's that. More red and blue, but different than the one that exists already. Because I know when they announced that the console thing was going to be red and blue,
like
they were
regular...
like, wasn't it red and blue? And it's just like, yeah, but they moved the colors around.
Yeah, because the
We
stock
switched
is like
sides.
neon, so that's probably just going to be like a base.
More mattish. Or
Right.
more basic red.
Definitely more closer to Mario's actual color palette.
Exactly, yep.
Yeah.
So, cool stuff, and nice little coin art, and then little Mario art all over the case and everything. Very cool print, so. Cool stuff. Personally, I still think the Animal Crossing one looks the most badass. Which my sister-in-law got super lucky, and she found one at Best Buy. She's been wanting a Switch, and she was just like, she saw the Animal Crossing one. She didn't know how limited it was, but they just like had one at her local Best Buy, and she bought it. And I told her when I told her, I was like, that shit is fucking rare now. I'm like, that shit resells for like, they had like a short supply of like some reissue, but like that already sold out right away. It's going for about $500 or so for brand new resell of that. So that is so pretty. That Animal Crossing one is fucking beautiful. Hopefully more limited editions along the way, but we'll see. More news from CES, just because that was recently. So Project Athia, which was I believe that's one of Square's games, has gotten pushed from fall 2021 to sometime in 2022. We don't know now. It was all a pre-rendered cutscene when they first showed that one. It was one of the several anime-looking ones. And so that one already it was just a cutscene, so I was like, this game probably doesn't even have a skeleton yet. So it's like, I'm not too surprised on that. There was a game called Returnal. I don't know, it's weird. A lot of this stuff looked so kind of forgettable. I don't know. I mean, some of it could be good, but they just start to really blur when they don't have like a standout art style. You know, some games with a good standout art style is Stray and Ghostwire Tokyo. Stray is that very gritty looking cat game. You play as the cat and you're just going through like the gritty looking city and stuff like that, and you kind of your adventures along the way
Super
there.
down. I want to.
Yeah, it looks really cool. There's just been so many kiddie games lately that at least that one stands out because it looks super dark. So we'll see if it actually is. But so that's Stray, and then of course Ghostwire Tokyo. Woo. We still don't know too much about it, but I'm pretty excited because Nakamura is a great art director. She's awesome. And then, of course, fucking Shinji Mikami. So it's like, hopefully it'll be really good.
Yeah. Hopefully it's spooky.
Hitman 3 comes out this month. And then sometime with no exact month, Horizon Forbidden West, the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn, is supposed to drop sometime before the end of 2021.
Oh, I hope it's a summer release. That'd be
nice.
Cool. Yeah.
I hope so. But still no date on that.
So excited.
Razer has unveiled their Project Hazel face mask, which has RGBs, of course, as well as voice amplification, so that way you can hear through the mask without fucking pulling it down like a piece of shit. If you have like a spare $300 to spare, whatever the fuck it is, let me see what that price is. It's fucking, it's stupid. Like, I would buy it for a meme, but I certainly wouldn't be proud of myself.
I'm already imagining people probably like gonna hack it and add voice modulation on there or some shit.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. And it is N95, so you are nice and protected.
N95? Fuck. Damn!
Yeah.
As an OpenEye mask, Project Hazel is certainly less dramatic. 85 option currently for sale that lacks the active ventilation system or the transplant.
You can look like a cool version of Bane, basically.
Yeah.
But
yes!
So there's that.
Okay, that looks pretty cool.
So, Gameloft, they are the developers of a lot of mobile games. I don't know if they've ever actually done any proper console releases, but pretty much like the My Little Pony game and a lot of those type of like grindy buy coins to get any further games. A lot of those are made by Gameloft. Well, they're one of their programmers, Konstantin Leotard, who's at Screen Shakes.
Is that his real name?
Leotard, yeah.
Okay.
Leotard. It's like
that sounds so
but it sounds like Leotard, yeah. But at Screen Shakes on Twitter, his profile pic is a playable Pokemon Red and Blue. I don't know how the fuck he did that. He's a fucking hacker,
I'm sorry,
man.
What?
Yeah, you can go to his Twitter and start. It's almost like he said. The way he described it is, it's almost like Twitch plays Pokemon, except without the annoying racist chat. He didn't say the racist part, but without the weird chat.
The mighty Helix.
But yeah, no, you can check it out. At Screen Shakes on Twitter, and you can actually play. I think it has to be on browser, but I don't know if you can play through the Twitter app. But
what the fuck?
Someone pulled that off.
That's great. Wow.
Yeah, when they first talked about it, a lot of people thought they were joking, and then it really spread like wildfire. Like, no, seriously, go there. You could move the fucking play. It's Red and Blue.
I take back all the mean things I said about his name in my head.
There you go. Sakuna of Rice and Ruin, one of the most overlooked titles of last year. Really fun platformer with some puzzle elements in it and some RPG elements in it as well. They have announced that they don't really plan on making DLC for Sakuna because they think that it's a nice complete game. However, they did say they are already hoping to make a sequel if they can get the funding greenlit for it. So we'll see. It's a great game though, nice and solid, runs good on Switch. Have not played the PS4 port or anything like that, but yeah. Randomly, because it's January 12th and GTA 5 has been out for how fucking long now? Like
2007?
Yeah, I want to say it's been a long time because the PS3 originally released. Yeah, that's correct. It's around that. It's been a while. I don't know about 2007, but it's been like 2010 maybe or something like that, or 2012.
How old was I? Because I was working at GameStop.
I want to say 13 or 14.
Okay, so
there, yeah.
Obviously it's not a new game.
Literally could just Google it, but
yeah.
No, we must retain our memories.
Yeah, I know. The fact that we can't remember it is a little sad. because that was a big deal when that game came out.
To be fair, you're supposed to lose your memory.
On
We're old now.
PS3. Oh, yeah, we are old. But yeah, the actor that plays Lamar and Franklin decided to reenact that scene randomly, like on their YouTube channel, and I was just like, okay. And it's interesting too because they tried to copy the in-game angles and everything.
They did. They got the mechanism or the mannerisms too.
Yeah, they did.
It was 2013.
Damn. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, 7-year-old ass game, and now gets some fan service 7 years later. So or it's almost 8 years later.
I'm gonna drop this in because Lamar has this great video. Just go to YouTube and Google Everest Lamar. Mm-hmm. It's really not PC, but
okay, then we're not advocating for that on this channel.
No, it's not like offensive against any particular group. He just uses the liberal use of Lamar's colorful patois, but it's very funny. He doesn't attack any particular group, which is liberal use of the N-word.
So not attacking a particular group, but he's using the liberal use of the N-word
within the character of Lamar. So you got to think about who.
So if I played Trump in a movie, I can say. Anyways.
I mean,
Fortnite Season 5 brings the Mandalorian to the game. So now the Mandalorian has joined Fortnite along the cast of Avengers, including Thanos, Thor, Iron Man. John Wick is in there as well, and then now they have the Mandalorian. They just have so many random ass cameos in Fortnite. I really don't think they have a game plan. I just think that they put out a mass letter trying to license anything because they have that Tencent money, and they just try to get anything for fucking Fortnite. So now that the Mandalorian is the current theme for Fortnite. So.
Chief's in it.
Look at that. What?
Master Chief is in Fortnite.
Oh, is he?
That's what Johnny said. Yeah.
Okay, well, so sorry, not true then. But yeah, speaking of bad takes, oh no, actually that was the last one too. Well, fuck. I forgot I talked about that stuff already, so we ended it on Fortnite.
There
you go. Fortnite. Yeah, no, because the last thing was like some more cyberpunk shit, which we talked about already, GameStop, and then.
We can end with this thought that I just had.
What's up?
So is it now like Grand Theft Auto 5 and probably maybe I want to say Minecraft are now like the games that have been on like 3 generations of consoles?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then if you're gonna count
Skyrim,
if you're gonna count
are they doing a PS5?
Is that a question?
We don't know yet, but the 10th anniversary is coming up, so I'm waiting for the announcement.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how Todd be.
Yeah, 2021 is the 10-year anniversary, so it's very, very likely.
I don't know if I can handle a PS5
special
Series
edition.
X. Yeah.
No, I need it.
It's like y'all already announced 6. Come on.
I know, and they already said that 6. They said with the way everything's going right now, that 6 probably won't even come out till like 2026. So they probably will do Skyrim just as another fucking filler.
We need more money.
Yeah, basically.
So I can lie more.
Tell me lies. Oh wait, that's licensed.
That's Todd.
Yeah, that's Todd Howard. Yeah.
No, I know, but I can't sing that song.
You can't?
What is it, like
what
10
are we
seconds?
On YouTube?
10
we are,
clips?
but who gives it? We're not monetized.
No, I thought just in general you can only say like a 10-second clip of a song. You can't like sing anything past that.
John, I need to get these boomer thoughts out of your head.
I thought that's
not how DCA works. But I'll explain all that later. Anyways, that's not on the podcast. Other than then, we will catch you guys every week at some time, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And until then, actually, so far it's been Mondays. We're back on Monday so far. Ooh. Well, because we've been recording early. Anyways, yeah. So other than that, we will catch you guys every Monday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Until then, we will catch you all later. See ya.
Bye.